So I was doing a lesson the other day, and I think I came up with this kind of analogy of what training is and why owners may experience issues with their dog's training post like board and train or something.
Okay.
It's the first time I really articulated it in a certain way that I was like, man, that felt like it resonated when I told it to the person. Right?
Nice. Okay.
So let's look at training, right? Like I said, what is training, right? Training is a communication system, but more specifically, if we want to humanize this kind of stuff, training is a language,
Yes.
right? And, why do dogs exhibit bad behaviors? Why do dogs not listen to their owners? This, that. It's from a frustration of not feeling like they can communicate with us, we can communicate with them, or they can communicate with their surroundings effectively, right? Mm-hmm. So, gather my thoughts here. So basically, right? So let's look at a human, right? Let's say you speak English, right? And you're going to go to Mexico, right?
Yeah.
And they speak Spanish there, right? And you don't speak any Spanish, right? You're going to go there and shit's going to be a fucking disaster.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to
terrible.
communicate with anybody.
Nope.
You're going to get frustrated. They're going to get frustrated. Everybody is going to get ridiculously frustrated, right? Same deal, right? You could have a trained dog that knows, let's say, dog training as the language.
Yeah.
And you could have an untrained owner that does not know dog training as a language. Same concept. It's going to be a mess. You're going to be butting heads. You're not going to be able to communicate effectively.
Yes.
Right? Now, let's say you went to Mexico, right? And you spoke a little bit of Spanish. Not much, but you spoke a little bit of Spanish, right? It's going to be better. You're going to be able to communicate a little bit and
better.
kind of get people to listen to you and understand you and stuff like that,
Yeah.
right? But there's still going to be a degree of frustration, right? When I went to Italy, I remember in most of the places, like the touristy places, there were some places we went into where they spoke very little English, right? And the communication process of like trying to like get them to understand what it is I needed or wanted or needed help with or something like that, we were able to get it done, but it wasn't smooth. It wasn't easy,
Yeah.
right? Then let's say you speak perfect Spanish, you speak fluent Spanish, and you go there and it's a cakewalk. There's no problems, right? Communication is seamless. It's easy. Nobody's frustrated. There's no stress involved in it. Everybody's having a good time, et cetera, et cetera. Now let's look at dogs and owners and dogs that go home from board and train programs, right? Before starting a board and train program, you were at the first stage. You speak no Spanish and you're going to Mexico, and it's a disaster.
Yep.
Dog doesn't understand you. You don't understand the dog. Now let's look at post board and train, right? Immediately post board and train, right? You're in that middle ground phase where the dog understands the language and you kind of understand the language. You're kind of catching up to the dog in this scenario,
Yeah.
right? There's still going to be frustration.
Yeah.
It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be smooth, right? When there's a lot of stuff going on, it's even harder for you guys to communicate with each other,
Yep.
right? But if you stay the path and you understand that this is not a dog problem, this is I don't understand the language fluently enough problem, and you could take that responsibility with that, you'll eventually get to the place where you guys are both fluent in the language, you could both understand each other.